So you just built an amazing application in Lovable for a client, but now you're stuck on how to actually hand this off to them. Should you transfer the project? Should you keep it in your workspace? Should you charge a monthly retainer? So most freelancers get this wrong and they either lose the client or they lose a lot of recurring revenue on the table. After building 29 Lovable projects for clients and making over $35,000 in 7 months, I'm going to break down the exact 3-option framework that I use for every project's handoff. For the first method, we'll be using Lovable's transfer feature. So I've got a simple app here that's pulling in spreadsheet information from a table in Lovable Cloud. As you can see here, we're pulling data, spreadsheet data from this specific table here, and then displaying it on the front end here. So using this method, we'll be able to transfer over all the database structure, the tables, the RLS policies, all the edge functions and code. Your API keys won't transfer over either, so you'll have to do that manually again. So the first thing we want to do is go back to those tables and we want to export that data. And what you do is you just click on the table here and then click on export CSV, and we'll export that as a spreadsheet. And just make sure you put these spreadsheets somewhere where you can easily just grab it later on. Also, let's just verify the edge functions in here. As you can see, we have a parse spreadsheet edge function. So we'll verify later that that also gets transferred over to our new Lovable project. Okay, so we're now in a completely new Lovable account, which is the client's account. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a new workspace here. Now the client will have done this already. So let's just go ahead and create our Lovable project transfer workspace, and we will have to upgrade our plan. So let's just go ahead and click create workspace. Keep in mind this is all done by the client. Okay, so as you can see, it's created the new workspace after we upgraded. And now all we have to do is make sure you're in the correct workspace. So as you can see here, we're in the right workspace, and we'll just go ahead and invite the freelancer or whoever it is that's working for the client. So we'll just go ahead and enter the person's email here, and then we'll give them the right permissions. I'm going to go ahead and give them admin permissions, and then we'll just click on invite. So now we'll just log out of the client's account, and then we'll accept that invite in the freelancer's account right now. So in our personal freelance account, you should receive an email that looks like this, where it's basically just a client inviting you to their workspace, and you just click on join workspace. Alternatively, you can see here that you've also received an invite in the Lovable UI, and you can just go ahead and accept that. And we've now been accepted into the client's workspace, as you can see here. So now let's go back into our workspace where we built the actual project, click on our project, and the next step would be to actually transfer the project. We just click here on the top left, go to settings, and then scroll down, click on transfer, and then we'll select the workspace we want to transfer it to. And this is our client's workspace. So just click here and confirm transfer. Now let's just verify this by logging into the actual client's account and verifying that the client can actually access the project and make updates, and the edge functions and tables are also there. So you can see here we're in the actual client's account and we're in the right workspace, and yet the project has been transferred over successfully. Now let's just verify also that the tables and edge functions also exist here. Edge functions, parse spreadsheet, yep, and also tables, yeah, those are our 2 tables. Oh, so it looks like it's also transferred all the data over, which is great. So this is all the data from our spreadsheet. Now the second thing that I want to do is that I just want to verify that me, the client, I can actually go into this project and make changes. So let's just say change the name of the homepage from spreadsheet manager to spreadsheet expert, just to verify that we can actually make changes. Okay, so it looks like it's renamed our homepage successfully, and we verified that the client can make changes. Now, if you do have API keys, like I said, you will have to transfer them over manually for obviously security reasons. And yeah, this is the first method. Now let's go ahead and check the second method. So the second method when it comes to working on client projects in Lovable is to essentially charge them a monthly retainer. And what I mean by this is you can build the project directly in your Lovable account and you can host it yourself. You can cover for the API costs. You can also cover for other costs such as hosting and also the prompt credits. So what you can do then is charge the client a monthly retainer, and that can be anywhere from $200 to $500 a month. Now keep in mind that that monthly retainer should be enough to cover all those costs that I just mentioned. And also it's worth noting that it's highly likely that the client will want you to make future updates to the app and also to maintain it. The third option, which is similar to the first one, is when the client will essentially invite you directly into their workspace. Now it might be that the client has already started a Lovable project in their own account, and then they'll have to move it into a workspace and then invite you, the freelancer, into that workspace workspace. And that means that you'll just work directly inside the client's workspace, and they'll cover for all the costs, for all the prompt credits, API usage, and hosting. So now you have three clear options. You can either transfer the ownership for one-time projects, you can keep it in your workspace for retainer clients, or you can set up their own workspace and collaborate as needed in the client's workspace. So the key is having this conversation up front in your proposal and not after you've already built everything. If you want to learn more about landing clients using vibe coding tools such as Lovable, Bolt, Replit, Base44, and V0, then check out the school community link in the bottom. In the community, we share client wins, we troubleshoot projects together, and I also drop tutorials in there. Now, if you found this video useful, please like, subscribe, and comment below, and I'll see you in the next video.